And I've never seen that. I didn't even know that rule existed. That's fine. You want to do letter of the law? We need to do letter of the law.
Hold on, sorry, breaking news. Newcastle striker Alexander Isak post message on social media.
Just seems set up for Todd Bowley to come in, last second swoop in, goes, here's your 150 million, up yours, Liverpool. We've done it again. Welcome to the spin-off, boys and girls. Sonny and Rob here. You've been all right since we were last here?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Good. Last time we touched on the games over the weekend. We got through them, and obviously it was put out. It was recorded before the Leeds versus Everton game. I'm just going to touch on that first. I'm going to have a quick run at this game quickly, because obviously there's obviously a very controversial incident that changed the game. I just want to put my view on it, really. Leeds won the game because of a controversial penalty. We're talking about like letter of the laws type stuff. Okay, so I've watched it a few times. Personally, I think it's very harsh, but I guess if you want to go straight letter of the law, right, you could make an argument that he's putting his arm towards the ball. Personally, I don't even think he's doing that. I think he is genuinely leaning towards the ball to block it with his body. And you can see by how he's actually trying to move his arm away from the ball, but his body's going towards it. So I guess your arm's attached to your body, and you can make an argument that he's moving his arm towards the ball. But I mean, considering there's a big deflection en route to that from that shot, I don't think it's a pen. Now, you want to go letter of the law, so they're deciding he's putting his arm towards the ball. Like I said, I think his body's going towards the ball and he's actually trying to tuck his arm in. Regardless, okay, so there's an argument, his arm's attached to his body, he's going towards the ball. Now, the way I see it is, okay, you want to go letter of the law. And we've seen this quite a few times this weekend, and then we've seen it not. So one example, yesterday, you want to go letter of the law. Now, I've seen that sort of handball done several times, and I guarantee you it will be done several times this season, and it will not be given a penalty. And people go back and reference this game all the time, the Leeds-Everton game. Yeah. You also had, obviously, the Chelsea versus Crystal Palace game, a rule that's been there since 2019. Apparently, you can't encroach within a metre of the box, right? Of the wall, right? And apparently, that you got that's deemed as like an indirect free kick, and then for the defending team. I've not seen that rule practiced. Apparently, it's been there since 2019. Okay, so this is the problem with consistency I find with the referees, because they don't do letter of the law. Because if you was to do letter of the law, in my opinion, yeah, if you look at the foul Saliba did, well, the potential foul he did that didn't get given, right, in the Man United game on the weekend, why wasn't that a penalty? So this is the problem. So the referees come out, right, and the defence for that one was that it wasn't enough, right? So that would have been a foul anywhere on the pitch, but it wasn't given as a penalty because it wasn't enough for a pen, yeah? So there's leeway, apparently, when it's something to do with that. But then with a handball, you keeping it there, it's letter of the law. I don't like the way they review these VAR decisions. They come out with it, so they go, oh, letter of the law, we have to give it. But then other times, it's up to interpretation. The way I see it is, yeah, that's fine. You want to do letter of the law, we need to do letter of the law. It's simple as that. If we do letter of the law, at least it's a level playing field. You're going to see a hell of a lot more silly penalties given. But, you know, if you're going letter of the law, there's no such thing as a harsh penalty anymore then. You know, if there's contact made and they don't win the ball, it's a pen. We're either going to do letter of the law or we're not going to do letter of the law. Otherwise, we're just going to be in a constant scenario of just inconsistency with these VAR decisions. That's my whole take of it. That's my little rant over anyway. That's my take of the decision. Personally, I don't think it was a pen, but if you want to go letter of the law, let's go letter of the law all the time. But anyway, one of you's going to touch on that if you fancy doing so.
Yeah, go on, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I watched the game, didn't see the penalty. I only see the highlights of it. And at first, from the angle, I see I thought it was a pen. Now, even as the most diehard Red, I can honestly, after looking back and looking over it, say it wasn't a penalty. He's gone for the ball, like not gone for the ball, sorry. He's leant his body forward. He's handed by his side. He's turned his body away from the ball. The second angle they showed was it catches his arm. You see it at his arm. To me, with his arm down by his side, he's leant towards the ball, which is, like you said, I think the reason why they've given it. But hands down, I think Everton were all done by there. I mean, don't get me wrong, from what I watched and the rest of what I was listening to, Leeds were by far the better team. And as controversial as the penalty was, I don't think Everton fans can argue that they didn't deserve to lose on the night. But because it's come down to that decision, I would, if that was against us, I'd be fuming. But yeah, for me, no penalty, no.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. Go on, Sandy. What would you reckon about the decision or about the game in general?
It's a bit tough for the decision. I mean, obviously refs have the choice to choose over how the game goes, really, isn't it? At the end of the day, I mean, Arsenal and Chelsea and obviously Liverpool going through even last season having harsh things against them. But it's just the way the game is, I guess. At the end of the day, hard thing about it though, for that incident, it's tough to say. I think it's pretty harsh. I don't think it's intentional. You know, he didn't he didn't really put his arm out. He didn't. Literally, you don't really see him trying to stop the ball. You see his arms behind his back. His body just turned towards it. It's like he's trying to tuck it behind his back because it doesn't hit his arm. And obviously, at the end of the day, it's kind of, it's so high up on the arm as well. Yeah, it's quite tricky to say, but
I think they're looking at it from the distance as well, isn't it? Like, I think that the distance, that's what another thing they look at, is the distance the ball travels, which is another rule I don't like. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, if you're close to the ball,
do you reckon they've taken into consideration that he's taken a deflection and he's got milliseconds? Like, once that deflection's happened, you've got milliseconds to sort of, the ball's already in travel. It's taking the deflection. You can't do anything about that, can you? In fact, if you look at him, he's trying his best. There's no way.
Tuck his arm behind his,
no way that should, his back. In my opinion, no way that should be given as a pen. But like, obviously, they. But then what annoys me is they come out and say letter of the law. Yeah, they say we've got to do letter of the law because it's VAR. But then when it's like Arsenal against Man United, no disrespect, son, but like if you're personally, I think it was a pen. Yeah, but like if you're going to do letter of the law, that we all know that tackle anywhere else on the pitch is giving us a free kick all day. So this is the thing.
But you say this, Dan.
They have interpretation when they want, but then other times when they're challenged, you go, well, it's letter of the law. It's like we're going to keep having bad decisions. Yeah.
You said it, but when Zubimendi got the elbow to the face, that has meant, they said that's meant to be an instant red card too, and that wasn't even carded either. So
I guess this is what I'm saying.
This is my point. I guess it just comes down to the refs and what they decide how the game's going to flow. I guess, isn't it? I mean, I'm against it all anyway.
Yeah, but there's no consistency whatsoever, is there? There's no consistency. You'll never see. I'm telling you, there's a couple of times now where like there's two incidents. I tell you, very, very rarely see a handball like that given. Very rarely, even when it goes to VAR. Yeah, and the other incident was at Stamford Bridge with us, and I've never seen that. I didn't even know that rule existed. I don't think any of you guys knew that rule had existed. And we all assumed, okay, it's a new rule. But apparently it was there from 2019. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that I thought, because they got the mic, they're mic'd up now when they say the VAR decisions. I'm pretty sure that I'll have to go back, so you can't take my word for it. But when he says it on the mic of why it's been disallowed on the pitch, I'm sure he said it was a foul. I'm sure he didn't say it was encroachment. I'm sure did he say it was a foul or encroachment? I'll have to double check that.
Yeah.
But there's been a couple of times they changed their mind recently as well. But anyway, that's our take on the game. I mean, Leeds were the better team, but Everton, I'd be devastated if we lost like that. But So anyway, moving on.
Yes.
What do you reckon about the transfer window? So apparently today, I'll kick it off with talking about a Chelsea one. Nkunku was meant to go to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich apparently are only willing to take him on loan. We want, I think, well, I'm not sure exactly. I think we want roughly 50 million for him. But Bayern Munich just turned around and said it's a loan, and we've said no. Also, at the same time, apparently we've turned around and said we won't pay Man United 50 million for Garnacho. I think we're looking at 30 million for him.
Oh, that's quite a shocker, to be fair.
They had him up for 80 million last season.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I don't think Man United will let him go for that cheap. I don't think that'll happen. I'd be very shocked if it does, though. Sort
of down tools, isn't he? It's becoming like a thing now, isn't it? Like the downing tools. Garnacho, he's really pushing for the move, isn't he? Just look at Isak.
Yeah, but didn't Amman say to him, you better find a better club or something, or find another club? I'm not 100% sure.
Probably.
Something's just come out about that Nkunku thing. I'm just trying to find it.
Yeah, go on.
It's just literally Romano's just come out, and it was just trying to find. Just give me a second, because there's something about that deal. Just trying to find it on the.
Just before we get to that, before we get to that, what's everyone's opinions? What's everyone's opinions on players? Teams not letting players go and things like that.
Well,
a lot of players now are now trying to say that they ain't going to play for the club anymore. They ain't going to train in. Yokere's done it. Isak's done it.
Yeah.
And a few other players now doing it.
Sort of going down that road. Yeah, I think it's bizarre time, isn't it? Like it's like, you're contracted to a club, and do you know what I mean? You're just down in tools. To be honest, you're right, son. I've not seen anything like it for a while.
No,
if I'm honest,
I haven't seen anything like it.
To just refuse to play for your club. I can see it's happened quite often this window. I can see something coming in, potentially some 100%. Sort of rule. If you're refusing to play.
As far as I'm aware, when Jokere done that, he was charged £300,000 for not turning up to training.
Well, I don't think it should be allowed, and I think leagues and that should step in, because it's ridiculous. I reckon if you're going to do that, and there's evidence that you're purposely not playing for your club, I think it should be a 10-match ban for whatever club you go to next or something. I don't think you should be able to hold your club to ransom when you've signed a contract on the dotted line, and then your value. All they're doing now is devaluing themselves. So the reason why Chelsea won't pay 50 million is most probably because Garnacho is pushing for the move. So we're like, well, they're not going to want him. So we're going to hang tight, come in late on the window, which is exactly what Liverpool are going to do. And Liverpool will get Isak, and they'll get him for not much more than their initial offer. I guarantee you it, because Isak's holding him to ransom.
But you're looking at Isak, then he fires him away, he moved house or something, moved out of his house.
Oh, he sold his house. Yeah, he sold his house.
Yeah.
But this is
he's devalued himself big time. Devalued himself big time. Us,
you wouldn't see us go into work and go into an employer. Oh right, well we're not playing. I'm not coming into work today because I want to go and get another job. Do you know what I mean? The way they're going about it. And do you know what I mean? And still getting paid and getting the money they do. And also, the thing is with that is moving on to that same conversation, but with Wissa. See, Newcastle fans will tell you they're saying they're now saying, well, Wissa has done the same thing to Brentford, refused to play for them, told him he's leaving, he's not playing. But Newcastle fans are saying that, and any Newcastle fans that will be watching, I want to see the opinion, but Newcastle fans are saying to Wissa, I've seen it today on Twitter, right, you should let him, he wants to leave, you should let him play for a bigger club, a better club, he wants to win trophies, blah, blah, blah. But they are willing for Wissa to come to them. But then when Isak is doing it, it's Liverpool are doing this and doing that to them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The irony, isn't it? The irony of it is amazing.
No offense, Rob. But when Alexander Trent done the same thing, they were doing
But he didn't really do that. To be fair, he didn't actually.
No, he still turned up.
He didn't refuse to play for the club and that. Who remembers? Do you remember Peter Odemwingie? Do you remember him? He played for West Brom, and he actually, because that was when they did the transfer window deadline day, and they were outside the grounds there, weren't they? And he turns up there in his car, turns up to QPR, and he's like, I'm coming. No, oh my God, he's coming to sign. They were like, QPR, like, what are you doing here? Like, we ain't even put an offer in. What are you doing? Like, he ended up not signing for him and just like going with reserves forever.
Going back to that one you were saying about earlier on, Garnacho, Chelsea bound, Romano, and Kunku out. So I don't know how much you can see of that, but that was in a little while ago. So there's a bit of a story I think about I think a lot of these things like
RB Leipzig have put an offer in, have they? Oh, it's kicking off then. Okay. Well, that's interesting.
I think what you'll see a lot of these movements in the next like the end of the transfer window. I think a lot of these big deals it's gonna be deadline day, isn't it? It's gonna It's
kicking off now. It's kicking off. I mean, another thing I've seen this window, I've never heard so many gentlemen's agreements. You're talking about people worth multi-millions, paid hundreds of thousands a week, and they're like, all right, if an offer comes into you, you can move. It's like they haven't thought to go, can I have that in writing, please, sir? It's like just a handshake, go, cheers, mate. And you go and score 60 goals in the season and go, I still want to go for 15 quid if that's all right. And they're like, nah. So, do you know what I mean? That's what's happening. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I've never seen so many gentlemen's agreements of people throwing their toys like, my manager said I could go. And it's like, yeah, but that was he sacked him like 2 months ago. Someone new here, he wants to use you.
And like you said, I think they're going to end up, there's going to be something coming in. There will be sooner or later, because if players like these are doing it, they're going to start.
Oh, they've got to come with some rule. There's got to be.
They're bigger than the club, aren't they, as it stands? And
there's got to be some rule. Like, I've heard player power, but I mean, this is getting to a phenomenal level. Like,
this is the problem with agents now, though.
Yeah.
This is the problem with the agents. It's all down. Most of it's down to the agents and money grabbing, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I think they actually have to put something in place now, because it's getting stupid. So I mean, like, it doesn't matter how long you could have an 8-year contract, you could have a 5-year contract, whatever, and then the player can just turn around and go, all right, I ain't playing for you anymore, and then you're kind of screwed. It's like Newcastle. Yeah. They're screwed. They're screwed. They have to sell him. You've got an asset there. You've just been offered 110 million. Yeah. You'll probably get 120 million. The thing is, if Isak had played ball, they might have got closer to 150. They would never have got 150 million. They might have got closer to it. But like, he's just not playing ball. I mean, in the end, Liverpool could probably they might revisit the 110 million, because do you know what I mean? Like, you've got a guy who won't play for you.
Yeah, but can I ask you guys this? So, do you reckon, right? So they're saying is that if a player's doing this already, they're saying is now what will stop the player when like another club like Real Madrid or Barcelona
doing it again?
The door? What's going to stop them from doing that again?
It did happen once before. I remember it happened with Diego Costa with Chelsea. He did something similar, didn't he? Remember Diego Costa? He just down tools, and then we turned around and said, "Well, F you, whatever." And then we said, "All right, you're not welcome at the club. We're not selling you. You're not welcome at the club." I mean, to piss off Roman Abramovich, he don't really care about 60 million, does he? Well, he does, but he don't need it. He's out of principle. All right, go train wherever. And he weren't training with a club or anything. And he was just training away and got all fat and everything. And then we still sold him for 60 million to Atletico Madrid, which is near enough twice the money we paid them for him. Diego Costa, because he down tools completely.
It's mad how it goes, and you think.
But I've never seen it so much in one window. Never seen it so much in one window.
Something's going to have to be put in place. I reckon that the clubs will end up putting like restrictions on it and things like that. That it's not possible to do it, and if you do it, you're probably you won't get sold. You'll probably just. I think there should be bans.
I think there should be bans put on them and that bans and warnings. You get a warning from like the Premier League. Say, look, there needs to be a new rule put in, and if you breach it, yeah, you must honour your contract. If you breach it, yeah, you get a warning, then you get a ban. You keep doing it, you can't play in the league for the season. Can't play in. You have to go another league if you want to sign somewhere. You know.
Yeah,
I just think it's ridiculous.
To move league.
Well, something's got to be put in place, isn't it? Something's got to be put in place. I also feel like, there's so many things that need to be put in place. More. I think harsher punishments on players playing like doing funny things like that. Still think harsher punishments should be put on referees as well.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Can anyone pull up the referee for the Man United Villa game at the end of last season?
Man United Villa?
Yeah, like the last game of the season. That referee should not have been able to ref this season, if I'm honest.
Was it Old Trafford, you mean? That one?
Yeah.
2024, 25, wasn't it?
Yeah.
25th of May, the red card.
Yeah, it wasn't to do with the red card. I just wanted to know who the ref was. Yeah. I bet you any money that guy is refereeing the Premier League this season, right? Yeah. He should not, in my opinion, he shouldn't referee in the Premier League this season. Because that ball, I don't know if any of you ever watched the game, but the Villa, about the 75th minute or something, they took a shot. It was going in. The ref blew up for a foul or something, or an offside. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he blew up whilst the ball was in the air, heading into the net, right? And then they reviewed it. They reviewed it, see it was a fair goal, but they couldn't allow the goal because he's blown the whistle, yeah? Now, if Villa go 1-0 up, if Villa go 1-0 up with like 20 minutes left or whatever it was, yeah, I guarantee you, I think it was 15 minutes left, and Man United scored within a minute or something like that. If Villa go 1-0 up, 15 minutes left, yeah, they're not losing that game, in my opinion, right? If they had got a draw, they would have got Champions League. Newcastle wouldn't have, yeah? They have just... Didn't Newcastle just sign that Ramsey from them? The irony. You know, Newcastle's Champions League side who just signed one of your players. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just... God knows how much untold money you've just cost them. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable what you just cost that club. And I know what the excuse will be. It'll be like, oh, well, what about certain points you dropped earlier on in the season and this, that, and the other. But really, everyone knows that was the game that completely killed it. And I just think that refs just get away with it. He'll probably referee first game of the season or something somewhere in the Prem. Like it was nothing. It's weird. They do cover the refs too much. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if the refs need to... and also with VAR, I reckon that you should have. I reckon you should have like an ex-player or something in the VAR box. Don't have to be like a flipping well-known pro. You could have like an ex-League Two player, anything like that. Someone who knows what it's like to be a player should be in there. They've got about 5 or 6 of them in there already. Why can't you have like an ex-player in there? Do you know what I mean? Who's actually played the game? You know, if you're trying to distinguish, was that a hard enough foul? Was that not? How about asking someone who knows what it's like to get kicked like that, and they can tell you if it's a foul or not? You know? Anyway, yeah. I saved it just for this.
Rob's got his milk. Getting ready.
I've got my milk. Yeah.
Getting ready for bed. Milk there, is it more? Is it nice and hot, Rob?
It is, mate. It is nice and chilled. Nice and chilled. Save the beers for the weekend.
You'll be good enough to play for Accrington Stanley.
Who are they?
He knows.
Oh, so what you do? Crack on to the older weekends, eh?
Yeah, we can do. Obviously, the first game up is the main event.
Unless you got anything else more of you. Sorry, I didn't mean to. It's a bit delayed there.
I mean,
we can have a touch on the games of the weekend. I mean, you've got the main event of the weekend that kicks it off. Well, not even a weekend, a Friday night. Chelsea versus the Essex boys.
Bayern.
I I mean, I think a lot of I think our game against Palace, I think a lot of it was we didn't really have a pre-season or anything. We definitely improved nearing the end of that game. I reckon we're going to. There'll be one team swinging the hammer in that game. It ain't going to be West Ham. Let me put it that way. We're going to wipe the floor. We will wipe the floor West Ham on Friday night.
Well,
guaranteed. Guaranteed.
I mean, if Sunderland can, I guess you guys can.
We will,
yeah,
son. We will. Just like we did to him last season.
I'll tell you what. If you don't, it's gonna be funny on here on Tuesday night.
Or
Sunday night, whatever.
No, we can go back to this. We can go back to this conversation.
Yeah, we get.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
So what's your?
You won't need to. We will be top of the league come 10 o'clock Friday evening. We will be top of the league. We won't stay there for longer than a day, but we will be top for a little bit. Man City Spurs.
Man City
Chelsea,
Spurs.
give us a score.
Oh, what of West Ham Chelsea? I would have to go Chelsea. Honestly, I would have to go Chelsea. West Ham's performance against Sunderland was pretty poor, so yeah, I'd have to go Chelsea.
Chelsea by at least 3 goals, Sonny says.
3 goals.
Something telling me with West Ham.
I don't know how many goals. West Ham's will give us a month, yeah.
Well, you reckon West Ham will turn up for us?
I know. I mean,
I think West Ham will play better, but we will play better as well.
I mean, they always play better. They always up the game, but I think Chelsea 3-1. I'm going to go.
I think I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea.
Because you're biased.
Because
you're biased.
Let's get our score predictors on while we're talking about the game, so we can go back to it.
4-1, light work.
Yeah.
2-1, 3-1, 4-1.
So Man City Spurs.
4-0 to Man City.
Only going one way.
4-0 to Spurs last season, wasn't it? This fixture. 4-0 to Spurs last season.
And I'm going to tell you now, for some reason, Man City and Spurs always end up coming on top somehow.
Yes, they cannot beat the Spurs and they're both
and can I say,
Man City will win 4-0, I reckon.
Tottenham has played fantastic football recently.
4-0 to Man City.
Yeah, they have, yes.
So you reckon 4-0 Man City? I
thought Spurs were pretty bad against Burnley, even though they won 3-0.
I'm going to say 2-2.
Controversial.
Yeah,
I totally agree with what Sonny's where he's coming from, because Tottenham, they are City's bogey team. And I remember sitting here this time last year, both fixtures are going, City are going to hammer them. City are going to hammer them. And I think Spurs were 3-0 up in the first half last year at the Etihad.
That was a weird game.
I'm going to go a good game. I think 3-2 City.
No, it won't be. It'll be 4-0 at least, Man City. Spurs are rubbish, mate. They really are. They're absolutely rubbish. They are. They would be relegation fodder if it wasn't for...
Listen, I'm a gooner, yeah? And I totally agree with you. And I hate to say it, but for some reason, Tottenham always end up getting a good result against Man City.
I think it's offensive, but anyway, we'll move on to...
You go 4-0, 3... What did you say, son?
4-0. That's being... I thought I was being kind to Spurs.
I'll go 3. I'll go 3-2 City, mate.
Bournemouth Wolves, a bit of a nothing game, to be honest. No offence to either of the teams, but that's like a battle for 10th place. I'll go 0-0.
Say 1-0 Bournemouth. I don't know, 1-0 Bournemouth.
0-0.
I think I've gone this one. I've gone 2-0 Bournemouth on this. I think Wolves started well against City the other day. I think something telling me there's a goal in them, but I think that it's just going to go home win 2-0.
They found out other teams are allowed to shoot as well. So Brentford v Man City. Not Man City. Brentford v Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Villa.
I'm going to go Villa. 2-0 Villa.
I'm going to go 3-1 Brentford.
I'm going to go for. I think I've gone for 1-1 this one.
Burnley Sunderland.
Okay.
after the amazing Sunderland performance against West Ham and Burnley getting spanked 3-0 by Spurs.
I'm going to go Sunderland 2-0.
See, me head's telling me Sunderland after the weekend, and there's something telling me that it's just going to completely reverse on itself this weekend.
It will.
Burnley at home. Yeah, I'm going to go for the draw again, 1-1.
I'm going to go Burnley 3-1.
Oh, that's not a bad shout.
Tell you what,
interesting.
If all your results come in, it's going to be some goals this week.
We got a bet on. But I think Burnley actually played fairly good against Spurs, even though they lost 3-0. But I'm going
game as well, isn't it?
I'm going to go. But yeah, it's so different when you're playing away from home. I'm going to go Burnley 3-1. Arsenal Leeds.
Right, I'm going to say 3-0 Arsenal.
There's only one way this is going.
3-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, there's only one way this is going.
Leeds.
Come on, come on, Leeds.
I think it would be 2-1 Arsenal. I think it would be 2-1 Arsenal.
I'll go 3-0.
I think that's what I think. Yeah, me had to tell me 2-0. I don't know if Leeds have got a goal in them. I think they might have, but I want to go 2-0 Arsenal.
I think 2-1 Arsenal. It's the two teams this season so far have had the decisions go for them, so it's pretty fair and even contest.
Their defence is just solid, isn't it? Arsenal's defence is just solid.
Yeah, they are a good defence. Palace and Forest. Forest done well, didn't they? Beat Brentford 3-1.
That's going to be tough. I want to go 2-1 Palace.
I think I had that on my Super 6.
Palace is at home. They're the home team. And I think how well the Palace have played recently as well. I think they're going to hold up against Forest.
I think it depends on how the transfer window goes. They could lose their best two players in between.
Yeah.
Speaking now and Forest, I think if Palace can keep their team together, I mean they're flying. Obviously, Forest are flying. Is it going to be a bit of needle there because it was Forest who took their Europa League spot, wasn't it? So it'll be one to watch. I think it's going to be. There's going to be a bit of rivalry there that's never existed before. I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon there's going to be a lot of Forest fans laughing at Palace. So yeah, Forest might be getting under Palace's skin at the moment. That could go either way. I'm going to go. I'm going to go score draw. I'm going to go 2-2 with that one.
You know what? You nicked it. Yeah, I think I totally agree with you. I think I had Palace on me Super 6, but I looked and I was like, do you know, I forgot about this. I think, like you said, I think there could be be a red card or something in this game. It could be one of the games this weekend. Yeah, 2-2 as well. Totally agree.
Everton, Brighton. It's weird because Everton do well against Brighton. I remember they smashed them 5-1 when they were in the relegation battle, didn't they? And Brighton were like right up there.
I think Everton, they're at their new stadium. It's going to be the nerves of the first new stadium. Brighton are going to be a bit screwing it. They conceded that last-minute equaliser last week. I think I'm going to go for a 1 or 4.
Yeah, I agree with that one, Don, to be fair.
I'm going to go to Brighton to nick this 2-1. I'm going to go Brighton to nick this 2-1. Fulham versus Man United.
It depends how well Man United played the other day. If they could play the same way, they could turn the tide. But Fulham, also a good team. I'm gonna say though, 2-1 Man United.
You say, Rob?
There's something telling me the same, but because of that, I'm gonna go for 1-1.
I'm going.
Something's telling me Man United in the back of the head 2-1 as well, but you've done it, so I'm going to change it.
I'm going 3-2 to Fulham on that one. 3-2 to Fulham. I think they get them. I think they will get them. I think all this stuff about we can beat any team. We've proven we can beat any team. I think your first away game. I just fancy Fulham. I really do. I think they might do them. Newcastle versus Liverpool.
So this is
Game
going
of
to
the
be a big one.
weekend.
The other main event of the weekend.
Mm.
This is going to be. This is going to be obviously because of the Isak saga and everything still boiling up.
This
And
is
Newcastle
going to be heated.
Yes.
It was. I think it was. What was it? 2-0. 2-0 last year at Anfield. I think 3-2 the year before. 3-2 at St James's last year.
3-3, wasn't it? 3-3.
3-3. Sorry, my bad. 3-3. Yeah, sorry, 3-3 last year. We was winning and blew it. Newcastle, Liverpool over the years it's been goals galore in it. It's a great fixture to watch as a neutral. It's not so enjoyable when it's your team in it. I've gone. I fancy us to take it just 3-2.
You reckon, son?
I'll say. It's tough. I will say 2-1 Liverpool. I think I'll get a late go on.
I'm going with this. I'm reckoning. Yeah.
And he's come to photo.
It's going to be 4-3 Newcastle. It'll be 3-3 in the last minute. Isak comes out of the shadows, comes off the bench, scores the winner. And I'm not going to go there.
Imagine.
I don't think he'll play. But I do think I do think Newcastle are going to beat Liverpool. I do. I think there's so much tension in there. There's so much anger in there over what's happened with this whole Isak saga. I think
could be.
I think the players are gonna try so hard in this game. They're gonna try so hard. They're gonna give everything. They're going to try harder than Liverpool are. I think that they will win. I think it'll be a tight game. I think they'll win. I think it will be very, very close. I think one of them ones that you will look back on, it could swing either way, but I reckon it's going to be 2-1 to Newcastle.
I mean, I think the way that we defended the last couple of games, the way we defended, I mean, like you said, Newcastle will be bang up for it because of what's happening at this moment.
It's not just the Isak thing, but you took Ekatike off him. Yeah, no problem. We're nearly wrapped up anyway.
But I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, no worries,
son. Chat, and I'll catch up with you guys, yeah?
Lovely,
mate.
See you later.
Nice one.
See you on Thursday, yeah?
Yeah, I think Sonny's left, but I think we've pretty much wrapped everything up anyway. I think what are we gonna? So we're gonna come on. We're gonna come on in a couple of days then, and then maybe have a chat about any more transfer news. Another review if we've. Oh my God, Rangers are losing 3-0 at half time.
I know. I've just looked up here now. Yeah,
3-0. Goodness me.
20 minutes in. Well, I mean, it's half time now, but they were 3-0 down after 20 minutes.
My God, man. What is that? Is this the last qualification for
Yeah.
Man. That's Russell Martin. He oh wow. So if they lose this, they go into Europa League then.
Yeah, it must be, is it? Yeah.
Wow, man. Yeah, who's their last manager? Why did they get rid of their last manager? Like, oh, this guy's
almost win the league last year.
Well, they done really well in Europe, didn't they? Didn't they get like semi-final or something like that, or quarter-final? Like, wow, they got spanked by Club Brugge as well.
Hold on. Sorry, breaking news. Newcastle striker Alexander Isak posts message on social media saying promises are broken and trust is lost and change is in the best interests of everyone. Sky Sports News Live, breaking news.
This is mad, man.
In other words, standing in a transfer request. You've seen it there, it's just popped up there now.
I can't remember the last time someone handed in a transfer request, man.
Well, it looks like he's just done it because he's literally just told. It's just broke on Sky Sports News here now while we're doing this.
That's huge. Because my understanding is, if you hand in an official transfer request, Okay.
What was it?
My understanding, if you hand in like an official transfer request, like you need to basically you need to negotiate all your own things and everything like that, and you lose your loyalty bonus. Because there's a funny one. Remember when Neymar went to PSG for 200 million, and he was pushing for the deal? They still had to pay him his loyalty bonus because he didn't hand the transfer request in. But you lose like loyalty bonuses, all sorts. It's a big deal handing the transfer request. If he actually hands in a transfer request, he'll have to go. He'll have to go.
That seems like it's. I mean, and that's ironic how we're on here now, and that's just come up on Sky Sports News as we're doing this.
That's insane. Like we were just talking about the player power, everything like that. I mean, that's God. Have you ever seen a club like put in a bid and then end up getting a player for like a lesser bid than they put in? Because this could be the first time you ever see that, because I don't know what they're going to do, because he's devaluing by the second.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that just shows you there. It's nothing. I reckon tomorrow. Well, I mean, Romano always seems to be on Twitter at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. The phone's always going.
Just seems set up for Todd Bowley to come in, last second swoop in, goes, here's your 150 million. Thank you very much. Up yours, Liverpool. We've done it again. I can't see that this time. I think you're in the clear.
Yeah, I think so, by the looks of it. I mean, that'll be a massive boost. Sorry. The background's just fallen off because I've leant on it.
That's all right. Anyway, I reckon we're probably wrapped up there anyway. Anyway, ladies and gents, that's it for the spin-off today. Have a lovely evening or morning or whatever the hell you're going to watch this. Catch you later, guys.
Yes, mate. Take care.
See you, Rob.
See you later.